Okay guys, in the latest chapter of One Piece called Domi Reversi, we had a lot of information coming out and I'm here to talk about it. Let's go. From the beginning of the chapter, we can already see that the cover page already switched to another cover page and now we're back to Yamato's story, and from Yamato's story we can already see that she's saying that her pilgrimage has ended. So is it gonna be just like her master, where after being done with the pilgrimage, he went to the sea, so maybe she's gonna go to the sea as well. And from what I'm hopeful for is that she's gonna go out to the sea and go join Luffy in his adventures. Hopefully. And from there, as soon as you jump to the first page, you can already see that there is a huge blast of Conqueror's Haki everywhere. And if you are not strong enough, so for example, we get most of the giants that drop to the ground and most of the kids also drop to the ground. Because, once you use that power, everybody becomes unconscious if you're not that strong. After that, you jump to the next page and you see Im-sama in her per se form, in Gunko in a way, because I don't believe that is the true form of Im. She's probably just possessing Gunko in this chapter, and that's how she's doing it. And in this form, you can already see that Gunko is carrying some sort of weird weapon, like a Triton or something, and she's able to fly because she's got wings and they're completely dark. So, oh my god. I don't know what all of this is supposed to be saying, but from me, it just looks like Im became the devil of the world, And from there, you jump to the Straw Hats. The Straw Hats are still looking at Summers on the side because Im-sama is actually talking to all of the God's Knights, and to Summers, she's saying, Summers, guide those brats. Like, meaning first that Summers is still alive. He's still not dead after what Skobergaban did to him. And he's able to actually recuperate really quick, because right on the next page we can actually see him recuperating and his hand is actually getting regenerated at the same time. And Im-sama is still saying the problem is, who do we bargain with once we have these brats as baits? So basically Im-sama is asking for who's going to be the king of this place in a way, because Elbaf needs a king, for example, and they need a king to deal with. And in here it directly says again, I command thee to seize this country, blue Onidori and red Onibragi, ye shall become the kings of the land. So you understand from there that Im is ordering those two to become the new kings of Elbaf so that they can control them better in a way. And from there you got Bragi that actually comes and grabs Im-sama, he dares. But he grabs Im-sama and he's trying to actually go out with her so that, he can maybe throw her out of the country or something like that. But at the same time, you start discovering Im-sama's powers, devil powers, very devilish powers in a way. Because you can see a book, and from that book, she is bringing up a weapon, and that weapon is a sword or a knife and a gun. And with that gun, she was actually able to completely blow out, like literally right here, this whole part, she blew it off of one giant, and that giant is actually Dory. So Dory's hand completely blew off, and the other giants are like, what the hell, how did she actually do that, And from there, she says, in exchange for a fleeting span of life, thou shalt receive an immortality body and prodigious strength. Under Mu's dominion, thou art bound by neither logic nor reason, for the demon is the very form existence was fated to assume. And then the attack is actually, you see a pentagram forming with Imu, and then another one forming right under Dory. And the attack is called Demonic Contract, a Quirl. So basically what's happened is you gotta she's making a contract with him and Bragi at the same time, and she's turning them into demons using a little sacrifice, meaning a little bit of blood or whatever, which is absolutely crazy. She's doing some hand signs, you can see it. She's saying dark inversion domain, Domi Reversi. Basically, let's say there is like a mirror or something and you're falling into that mirror, and as you're falling into that mirror from the other side, you're transforming into a demon. Basically the same shit as for like Stranger Things, like in a world and in the other world that are separated by a really thin line in a way. Same stuff. And right after that transformation, you get to actually see the both of them now in a demon form, both with horns, with huge wings, and they also seem very, very, very big. They are way bigger than what they were supposed to be. And now that also tells me all of these ancient giant theories. It just tells me that maybe they were demons back in the day or something like that. And that's how throughout the years that special blood got lesser and lesser and lesser in the giants. And that's why you don't see horns anymore into them. And some of them where they have horns, maybe they still have that same DNA from way back in the day, where they were probably demons back in the day as well. And from there, you can see more giants becoming demons. So now in total, you have Dorian Bragi that became the big giants in the middle, and 3 more, so 5 in total. And at the end, Imsama is saying, don't raise everything. This land must be ruled. Yet let us observe but a little longer to assay their worth in battle. And basically they are gonna go for Yarul, and they're gonna try and kill him because that's what Im ordered. From speculation, I am gonna say that maybe Yarul actually knows something about like what truly happened to the old King Harold, and that probably has a connection to Imsama and the God's Knights. And the only way that he's actually forgetting about those events, and that's why he's not talking about it, is because he's got that sword in his head. But I'm telling you, as soon as that sword gets removed, he's not gonna lose his life, or maybe he will lose his life in a couple minutes or whatever, but in that time he's gonna be able to spill his guts and really say what truly happened. And what truly happened is that maybe Imsama was trying to control King Harold, and King Harold discovered what that ancient giant blood is actually coming from, and it's actually coming from her, you know? So maybe that will be a plot twist at some point. But overall, this chapter was an amazing chapter. We got a lot of information out of it, and I will be giving you guys a little review here in a few days, so I will let you know how it goes. Let me know down in the comments below, what did you think about this chapter? And let me know what you think. Let me know if you think if Dorian and Bragi are going to be able to come back to being real giants in a way. And let me know what you think. On that note, I will see you in the next one.